times, what actually leads to you making mistakes are actually all those minor things that you think it doesn't actually lead to it. Hi guys, welcome to 31 Generation Woman with the Bunzo, where we encourage, empower, and equip women with the right qualities just like God wants them to. If this is your first time, do well to subscribe and click the notification bell so you'll be notified when any of our video is posted. If it's not your first time, welcome back. So today we'll be talking about setting boundaries. I've been receiving a lot of questions from people on my DM, asking me a question about how to set godly boundaries, and I decided to run a series on it, on boundaries, on how to set boundaries. So today we're talking more on the introduction on setting boundaries. So talking more on what you need to know before you set boundaries, before you have a healthy boundary, before you have a boundary in your life. Okay, for you to set boundaries, there's the first thing you need to know. Like, you don't just set boundaries because this person has. You don't just set boundaries because this person has this particular boundary. You set boundaries based on the kind of person you are. So the first thing you need to know for you to set boundaries, for you to understand yourself, understand the kind of person you are, understand the kind of thing that triggers you. Like, there are certain people that they are okay with hugs. You don't need to set boundaries on that. There are certain things that triggers you. So you know that you don't know how to skip. Maybe you don't know how to use, or let's say you spend a lot, so you have to cut that down. Set boundaries on particular amount you spend and all that. But if you understand yourself, it will be way easier for you to set boundaries. So you won't set boundaries because of this person set this type of boundaries. You set boundaries because of you need to set boundaries. Okay, you set boundaries because you understand the kind of person you are. So I might be a very shy person, or let's say I want to set boundaries on my finances. I want to set boundaries on my relationship. So I said I don't go out. I don't stay out with this particular person till this particular time, because I know it can actually, because most times what actually leads to you making mistakes are actually all those minor things that you think it doesn't actually lead to it. It's just little things that you think doesn't lead to it that actually leads to it. So setting boundaries doesn't have to be because of this person set this kind of boundary. It just has to be the kind of person I am. So I understand that I'm being triggered by a hugs, for instance. Somebody's hug me now, I get triggered. All that. So I have to set boundaries. Okay, I don't hug guys, or I understand that I don't like holding of hands. All these are actually normal things for us in this generation. Like, it's a normal thing that people do presently. You can see people holding hands. I'm certain people too, they have to set boundaries on calls. Understand the kind of person you understand. This kind of thing triggers you. You set boundaries on that. Okay, this is my trigger point. If I should hug the guy now, don't like. I get triggered. Set boundaries with God. I don't hug guys, or you know that you spend too much in a particular month. Then you set boundaries and set boundaries on. Then you set boundaries on the amount you spend. I think that helps. So the first and foremost thing I'll tell anybody that is about to set boundaries, that is about to make boundaries in their life, or put boundaries in place, because actually boundaries is very important in the life of a woman. It's so important. Boundaries makes you valuable. Anybody that can meet up to your standard, it gives you this value and all that. Okay, if anybody can meet up to the boundaries that you set in your life, then you know that this person is not meant for you. I'm not talking about outrageous boundaries. I'm talking about boundaries that have meaning. That are just some meaningless boundaries just said that it just doesn't make sense. They're not very outrageous, but there are boundaries that are very okay. And you know that you get triggered. Okay, for instance, I was making an example of a finance aspect. The finance aspect, you're not really good with finance. You just set boundaries on it. Okay, I spend this particular amount, and I save this particular amount. I don't spend up to this particular amount in a month and all that. Like, you just set boundaries. So the first and foremost thing you need to understand in setting boundaries, any kind of boundaries at all, any kind of boundaries, you need to first of all understand the person. So you need to understand yourself first. You can be very okay with holding your finances, then you know how to manage, then that's fine. But if you feel you're not okay, set boundaries on it, then your relationship also, your association, and like certain things. When you study, set boundaries. Okay, I must stop pressing my phone at this particular time. Just set boundaries. Boundaries makes your life organized and focused. Boundaries are lines that we put in our lives that guide us and keep our focus straight. So if you have boundaries in your life, it guides you. You know what exactly you are aiming at. It guides you to the exact focus. It guides you. Boundaries guides you to the exact thing you are aiming at, the exact thing. So you won't get distracted because you know that you set these boundaries in place. So that's most times all these little things like little boundaries actually leads you to that particular. But going to it directly might be hard. But follow through boundaries and all this lead you to that. So that's all for today. Just an introduction of certain boundaries. So by next week, first thing just understand the kind of person you are. If you understand yourself, then you know where you have problems, you know where you have triggers, then you set boundaries on that. Then that's like the first stage. Then if you can understand yourself, you are good to go. You are ready for certain boundaries. So by next week, I'll be sharing the next step. So after understanding yourself, I'm sharing the next step you need to for you to set boundaries. So that's all for today. I would like to subscribe if this is your first time. Please do also subscribe, and if it's not the first time, like and comment and share this video if you find it impactful. So thank you very much. See you next week.